Hi, welcome to the workshop 25 hours a day. Whenever I have this workshop, either for colleges or corporates, everybody is very anxious to know what is this 25 hours a day. 25 hours a day workshop guarantees each and every participant who attends the workshop at least 1 hour more time by the end of the workshop. How is that possible? Is this a time management workshop? It is just not a time management workshop, but it is something more than that. A time management workshop tells you the tools and techniques on how you can get more time. But do we really know when we get more time what to do with that? We all wanted more time, but do we really know why we need more time? That is exactly this 25 hours a day workshop addresses. So it addresses 2 parts. One is the need part and second is the want part. So once we know why we need time, then if we have more time, we can connect the need and the want and then derive a proper purpose in life. That's exactly what is this 25 hours a day workshop brings about. A small example of this 25 hours a day. A Harvard Business School studied and then came up with a pyramid called as success pyramid. What do you mean by success pyramid? So they divided this whole pyramid into 4 sections. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this is called as the bottom of the pyramid. They classified people as poor performers. So the total poor performers accounted for close to 27%. The next part of the pyramid, they classified people as average performers, which accounted to 60%. And the next part was good performers, which accounted to 10%. The top was 3%, which accounted to extraordinary performers. So this was a study done by Harvard Business School. They took a group of doctors and segregated them according to their performance, where 25% was poor performers, 60% were average or ordinary performers, and 10% was good performers, and 3% were extraordinary performers. They took the student population on a college and then categorized, and then they were able to see the same figures exactly fit to the student population as well. What they did, they went to the corporate and took a group of IT engineers and then found that in an IT company as well, they are only able to have a 3% of top performers, 10% of good performers, 60% of average performers, and 20% of poor performers. So this holds good for any group of population. But the next question is, where are we right now? Do we have to really identify where we are at this point of time and where do we want to go? When this question is raised, most of the students say that they are between 60 and 10%. And then when I ask them where they wanted to go, they say we wanted to go to 3%. Okay, so we know that we are at 60 and 10, and then we wanted to go into 3%. So what will help us to move from ordinary performers to extraordinary performers? When this question is raised, everybody says to become extraordinary performers, we have to do extra, which means more. So most of them talks about if we wanted to move from ordinary to extraordinary performers, we have to do extra. But this is totally not right. If we want to move from ordinary to extraordinary performance, we have to start doing less. So extraordinary people do very less, whereas average or ordinary people always do more work. How is that? How can by doing less somebody become extraordinary? Absolutely. 60% of average or ordinary people do more work which are not important. So they do unimportant work. Whereas the extraordinary people do less work, but they focus on the most important work. So whenever we talk about people being busy, those are come under average and ordinary performers because they're doing more and more of unimportant work. That's why we say that busy people are the most unproductive people on earth. This is the difference between ordinary and extraordinary. Extraordinary have the focus and they do one job at a time with excellent quality and utmost customer satisfaction. So how can we focus on one thing at a time instead of many things at a time? That is what we are going to talk about in this 25 hours a day workshop. So in the next slide, when we talk about the agenda of the 25 hours a day, we talk about the most important, how we efficiently plan and organize. The art of planning and organizing. Yeah. Multitasking. Multitasking, poor performers multitask, and that's where they lose focus. Can we be extraordinary performers focusing one thing at a time? Manage priorities. How do we really manage priorities? We talk about work-life balance. Everybody wants work-life balance, but the concept of work-life balance does not exist. We have only something called as work-life integration. When a concept does not exist, how can we really aspire for work-life balance? That's what we'll touch. Talk about procrastination. 65% of the CEOs talk about they have a procrastination problem, which means that postponing important things and activities. How can we really avoid it? By giving practical tools and techniques. And then finally, delegation. How it is important to delegate so that we can concentrate on the most important tasks and activities. And one more thing to start with, it's called as a 1 minute magic. This is what a special session which we will reveal during the workshop. How can in 1 minute we can achieve multiple things? Thank you.